The world of addiction is now an epidemic, touching all communities. Join April Kirkwood, an actual therapist, as she shares insights with her show, After Detox, Now What? It's never too late to begin again.
Hi, my name is April Kirkwood. Welcome to After Detox, Now What? Today's topic is relapse. What exactly is relapse? What causes relapse? And what are the warning signs so that we can help other people who are in new recovery as well as long-term recovery and be there for them as a support system. Before we begin, let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths in and out at your own pace, just relaxing, letting all the worries and stress of every day float away. Just watch them floating away. As we take a few minutes to center our mind, our souls, our body, to learn more about life, love, and recovery. Let's set our intention for today. You can make one up of your own, or you can use mine. My intention today is to be more comfortable with the truth of addiction, being open to everything I can learn, and being there to help someone in need. And so it is. Relapse. Let's talk about relapse. When you hear that word, you're like, oh my God, this is the worst possible thing. I will tell you, if you really know what happens after detox, now what? It's usually relapse. They did a study of a group of heroin addicts that went through the detox process, and what they found out was over 91% of everyone in that research relapsed. What's more interesting is 52% relapsed within 1 week after leaving detox. The good news is many people think that relapse is actually a part of the addiction recovery program. In other words, it's not a failure, it's not a do or die, it's not something to be embarrassed of. Usually, I have found that my male clients relapse on an average of 5 to 7 times before they decide to finally turn the corner for whatever reason it is. Now, there's 3 main reasons that people relapse. The one is emotional. It's those areas of your life that, well, they're not necessarily thinking about using, but perhaps they're emotionally upset. It's kind of like setting the stage for relapse, and they might not even know it. They start to isolate themselves. They don't have an aftercare program. They develop poor eating habits. Their sex life may be way off because for years maybe they only used when they were having sex. So there's a lot of emotional stuff setting somebody up to say, oh, to heck with it. I just can't do this anymore. Then there is the mental phase. And they say everything starts in the mind. That part of them that says, oh God, I really want to use. I really want to use. I mean, I know how bad this is for me, and I know what's going to happen, but I really want to do it. It's an inner battle of the mind. Very frustrating, very exasperating. And once again, if they're isolated, it even makes it worse. The final stage is the physical stage, in which the person really has intense cravings and they finally throw in the towel and give in. It's almost as though things become too strong to even resist. So those are the 3 reasons that people have a tendency to relapse. Once again, relapse is not the end of the road. Now, let's talk about the warning signs. I know I've had direct experience with addiction in my own personal family, and you always think, they went to detox, they're okay. And some of the things I totally missed. I don't want you to miss a thing. The first one is a distressing event. As somebody in my family started using heroin after their father died, and they had already had indications of using some heavier drugs, but not heroin. A distressing event can push anybody over the edge. You and I and anybody else. So if you know someone going through something that is traumatic, that's a key time for you to move in a little bit closer. Also, denying a need for help. I'm fine. I don't need to go to group. I don't need an aftercare program. I've got this. Anybody that is so staunch saying that they've got this scares the jiggities out of me. I don't even want to hear that. They begin to switch other binging kind of behaviors like, oversleeping. They sleep all the time because they're depressed. Overeating. When you see somebody leaning towards other unhealthy behaviors, you know they're not standing on firm ground. Things are getting a little bit shaky. What else? Feeling out of control. I've known people say, I just can't get through the day. I can't watch my kids. I can't. The social worker's coming. The house is a mess. I'm waiting for my check. I need groceries. The baby has an earache. When things get out of control, an ex leaves. A lot of people, especially in alcoholism, when one person gets sober and the other one doesn't, the whole system tumbles, as it should, because when one person gets healthy, everybody else is out of their comfort zone, because we know what to do with that person that's unhealthy. They've grown together in some dysfunctional family system. Not having a support system is a key for relapse. When I talk to someone that says my mother and father are dead, I got reduced to part-time when I came back after detox. I have no one to talk to. Do you have a church? No, I really don't attend. Do you go to your aftercare program? No, I really don't want to. Is there an aunt, an uncle, a grandma, anyone that is watching over you? And they say, no, I know that this person is very fragile. Not following up with aftercare. I'm sorry, that was Alexa. She's a little nosy bugger. No, Alexa, thank you.
There was 2 automobiles built in Flint, Michigan.
Alexa, no. Thank you, love. Sorry. Maybe she's addictive to listening to everybody in America. I'm not even going to say that. Experiencing intense cravings, and another one that people always tell me in groups in IOP, I thought I could do it once, or I thought I could drink and not go further. I thought at a wedding I could have a glass of wine. I thought I could do all of those things. You cannot. Relapse, to wind it all up, is a common occurrence. It does happen. It's not like you're on a tightrope, and if you fall off, you're going to fall to your death 150 stories down. It means that you slipped up, and we're still learning a lot about your recovery process and the behaviors you have to become in habit of to get better. You can always contact me, April, of course, at gmail.com. My website, aprilkirkwood.com, has this on a podcast as well as YouTube. Until we meet again, hoping your recovery is going smoothly, and if not, don't ever give up. And so it is. Amen. Thank you.
Download the podcast, receive handouts, join her mailing list for extra tips. Go to aprilkirkwood.com now. Blessings from the staff and April, wishing you health, wealth, and happiness.